All right, this is something that I'm actually very glad that politicians never touch on this subject. Um, when we talk about change and revolution, and there's kind of this underlying fear of, oh, should we push a revolution, political revolution? Everything becomes politicized, everything becomes one side versus the other. But there's still one thing, and I have to use politics to kind of push through this. Using Andrew Yang and what he says about AI and everything, kind of scooping up jobs and everything. And once we understand that and implement it and realize that and accept it, then after that, you know what? It's the main sectors and the professional field has that opportunity to excel in the creative fields. Um, so this idea of a revolution, it's not quite politically motivated. We can vote and go back and forth about who's going to be president. Is it going to be red? Is it going to be blue? Is it going to be independent? But even still, there's this underlying thing that can still push through any of that. It won't matter who's president, um, because looking into the future, and this goes into especially when we talk about the economy and the jobs out there and everything. It is interweaved with the general concept of when you're in any city and you talk to people that live there. Generally, no matter where you live or how long you've lived there, it's always like, oh, there's nothing to do here. This is completely boring. Like, this is a boring place to live and everything. And until we start utilizing that and understanding those things that are going to draw us out and stop getting us having more fun in life, and those places that people go to where they feel safe, where they get excited, where there's safety, where there's imagination, it's my belief that politics in general, this is just kind of an attack on the imagination of, oh, if this side wins, then blah, 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 blah. But if this side wins, blah, 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 blah. And it becomes this over exaggerated, fear driven society instead of looking at the fact that I can't sit here and say, you know what, the Republicans have a worse imagination than I do. Ha ha ha. Or even if Republicans on the other side, Democrats, those liberals, their imagination sucks. Ha ha ha. I can't say that. Nobody can say that. Nobody can say that there's no musical or artistic or design talent more so on one side than the other because it's a non-political issue. Um, and that's kind of the part that I'm pushing. That's kind of what I'm saying is you can't disrespect the imagination by not disrespecting yourself and your own groups in some way or the other. Um, and that's just where mine's at. Revolution, political revolution, things got to change, yes, but it won't matter as far as the capability and the capacity of people to get innovative, creative, the entrepreneurs and everything, getting people excited about their own businesses. There's those things, when you're in high school, you're like, I want to own a bakery shop or a fabric store or a restaurant or an entertainment industry or a indoor paintball or skate park or things, and I still feel even on that level too, this is kind of the way I think, is we got to take care of the youth of America and the younger generations first. And then once we have accomplished that, providing them with safe places. Like, I still feel all these empty shopping centers and everything. You have kids running around everywhere. Kids are kids. Kids get in trouble, but you give them safe places and everything that they kind of design themselves. They kind of bring their own elements to it, um, and we start to bring these things for kids to let their imaginations be free and let them express themselves. And then once we start to get that moving and generating, then we kind of reward ourselves as adults for new restaurants or new bars or places where we feel comfortable and we can go and listen to music and live music and have more of that. And then we start working at places we've always wanted to kind of be part of when we were younger. So it's a cycle of using the imagination outside of the political field. The political field doesn't even matter in the creative sectors. Um, and I just don't understand. It's possible, and that's kind of what I'm trying to emphasize here. Like, despite, getting worried about who's going to be president, who's not going to be president, what issues they're going to instigate or whatever, that doesn't matter. As in this part, this small little fraction of the human consciousness of dreaming and excelling and looking forward and looking